Hello again, welcome back to my fun and games with Tillig track. Now I'm very proud of myself today because, as you can see in front of you, I've managed to assemble one of their kits. So this is a right-hand HO point, and it came as a collection of bits. So this is an example of one which I'm still making. So you see this is obviously the HOE one, but you see it comes as a flexible web, and you can just slide the rails in like this. Not so successful this time, you get the idea. So they slide in, and then you have the check rails which need bending. And so all of that was fine, in fact. So that was all fairly simple. The hard part came when it came to try and make it electrically functioning. So if we look here, you can see some of my very bad soldering. Because this point is supposed to be, so they provide you these small electrical strips like this, if you can see that. And that was very fiddly. So I mean, the aim is obviously, this is the pre-made one. The aim is that you're joining up these pieces here. But then how does a normal person weld these little spots here? I have no idea. So yeah, so what I did, in fact, I didn't use these at all. These pieces. What I did, as you can see here, I welded across from this rail to here, to the V, and then these two are welded across here. So in fact, I've got two wires, which on the other side of the board join up. And then I've just got the standard feeds on the side. So these ones here are nice and live, these ones are live. And then the one piece I did try and use these metal strips was onto the moving arms. So there is actually one of those which is squeezed here, it goes across and comes underneath here like this. So no glue, no welding, that seemed to work okay. And these, I think, are electrically, they're electrically live, not just from the contact at the base, but I think from here. It's very hard to prove that, obviously. So as you can see, I've got a board with some cork on it, and I've mounted it, which involved quite a lot of drilling. And what I'm amazed at, as we'll see on the other side, how much wiring a single point like this takes. And underneath we have a cobalt DCC point motor, which works pretty well. So that's nice. So I've got to say, the sense of satisfaction of making this work. It started off as a collection of plastic and metal, and look, we now have a point. I was surprised, surprised it works, but I'm pretty sure it does. Like I said, still, the jury's still slightly out on whether these white rails here are getting the amount of electrical contact they should do. Yeah, now the end game of this is to have a point, and I'm not quite sure why I've done this, to be honest, because this now looks exactly the same as the right-hand point you would buy. So somehow I've made my life complicated, and I'm not sure what the benefit really was. With the HOE points, you see they're very flexible, so you can customize the dimensions. I presume I could have done that with this one, but you see this rail came pre-bent like this into this curve. So I suppose I obviously could have bent it or changed it, but actually it would have been probably no easier than trying to customize a standard point. So why did I do it? I mean, what's the actual gain of having made this other than having bought one? Not sure. If anyone watches this and can tell me, it would satisfy my curiosity. So the proof of the pudding, definitely in the eating. Here we go. This is a packet going across my new creation. And there's a strong satisfaction in seeing it do that. As far as I can tell, everything works. Bit sticky there. And then one other thing I didn't show last time with the packet, Olivia's Trains added this one. I think you're going to like it. Look at that. I have never seen anything like it. Amazing, eh? Change the point again. And off we go with steam. How's that? This is the underside of the board. You can see it's not big. This is 1/2 meter by 1/2 meter. It's just a little test to see how the point works. The thing about the Tiddig points, obviously they've got no springs in them, so it's hard to sort of do a kind of a bodge job on the floor. So we've got the power cab front plate over here. Got the Colbert motor here. I got my wonderful homemade kind of distributor bus thing here. So the wires come down, get distributed around here, and you can see that the wires go up to the cobalt, and there's one that comes out that splits here and goes to those 2 bits on the other side around the frog, and these are just the 2 wires. Now, as far as I can tell, that all works. I'm amazed. For 1 point, it's so much wiring, but it's, you know, it's part of the learning curve, and it's been satisfying to do. And it's nice to have something which actually works. See where we go next.